All right, let's talk about cosmetic labels. We're going to cut through all the marketing hype, all the confusing jargon, and get to what really matters, understanding what's actually in our skincare. We're going to build a really simple but powerful framework so you can look at any label and know exactly what you're getting. So let's dive in. We've all been here, haven't we? You're standing in the aisle, you flip over a bottle, and you're met with this. It feels like you need a degree in organic chemistry just to pick out a moisturizer. It's dense, it's confusing, and honestly, it kind of feels like it's designed to be that way. The names are a mile long, the order seems totally random, it's just overwhelming. And because it's so overwhelming, what do a lot of us do? We reach for a shortcut. You pull out an app, you scan the list, and it spits out a simple score. Green is good, red is bad. It feels easy, it feels definite. But is it really telling you the whole story? Well, here's the thing. These apps, they often miss the bigger picture. They judge every single ingredient in a vacuum without any of the crucial context. For example, they have no idea what the concentration is. Is it a main ingredient or just a tiny, tiny drop? They can't see how ingredients work together in the formula. And honestly, they often create fear around ingredients that are perfectly safe and effective in a finished product. This black and white thinking just doesn't fly in cosmetic science. We need a smarter way to look at this. So the secret isn't about trying to memorize hundreds of chemical names. That's impossible. It's about understanding the system behind how every single product is made. Once you learn the structure, you can decode anything you pick up. And the best way to think about it is this. A cosmetic formula is just a recipe. And pretty much every single recipe has two fundamental parts. It's got the base, which gives it its structure, and it's got the actives, which give it its purpose. First up, let's talk about the base. These are the ingredients that are responsible for how a product actually feels on your skin. Is it a thick, rich cream? Is it a lightweight, watery serum? Or maybe a smooth gel? All of that is determined by the base components, which make up the bulk of the formula. And then you have the actives. These are the star players. These are the ingredients that deliver on whatever the product is promising on the front of the bottle. If a serum says it's going to brighten your skin or a cream claims to fight wrinkles, it's the active ingredients that are doing all that heavy lifting. So let's start with that foundation. Understanding the base is your first step to being able to predict how a product is going to feel and perform on your skin even before you buy it. These really are the unsung heroes of any formula. Emollients are all about that smooth, soft, moisturized feeling. They include things like plant butters, oils, and something called fatty alcohols. Now, don't let the word alcohol freak you out. These aren't the drying kind. They're actually waxy substances that help soften and condition the skin. So if you see these high up on an ingredient list, you can probably expect a richer, more moisturizing texture. Next up, we've got humectants. Think of these guys as little water magnets. They literally pull moisture from the air and from the deeper layers of your skin to hydrate the surface. Glycerin is a classic one, and it's incredibly effective. Seeing it high on a list doesn't mean a product is cheap. It means it's seriously designed for hydration. You ever wonder how oil and water mix so perfectly in a lotion? I mean, they're not supposed to do that, right? Well, that is the magic of emulsifiers. They have a special structure that lets them grab onto both oil and water molecules, holding them together to create that stable, uniform creaminess and preventing the whole thing from separating into a mess. And finally, we have thickeners, which, well, they do exactly what you think. They control the product's consistency, its viscosity. Ingredients like xanthan gum are what turn a watery liquid into a bouncy gel or a silky serum. So all these base ingredients together, they create the entire sensory experience of a product. Now, let's get to the other half of the recipe, the power players. All right, now for the really exciting part, finding the actives. These are the ingredients that are going to target your specific skin concerns and give the product its whole reason for being. This is where you get to fact-check the marketing claims right on the front of the bottle. Is it a brightening serum? Okay, then you better find some form of vitamin C in that ingredient list. Does it promise to fight fine lines? You should be looking for retinol or maybe some peptides. This is how you check if a product actually has the goods to deliver on its promises. Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this whole thing works in the real world. We're going to take an actual ingredient list from a popular brightening serum, and we're going to decode it together step by step. And here it is. At first glance, yep, it's just another wall of text. It looks confusing, right? But not anymore, because now we have our framework. We know we're looking for just two things, the base and the actives. Okay, let's start with the base.
Looking at the first few ingredients, what do we see? Water and glycerin right at the top. That's a classic sign of a really hydrating formula. A little further down, we spot some lightweight silicones. Just from these base components alone, we can already predict the texture. It's going to be a light, fluid, fast-absorbing serum, definitely not a heavy cream.
Now, let's hunt for the actives. And look at that. There they are. We don't just see one form of vitamin C, we see 3 different types. That points to a really thoughtful, powerful brightening and antioxidant effect. We also spot some zinc PCA, which is fantastic for soothing inflammation, and a few other supportive plant extracts. See, it's all right there in the list.
So, let's put it all together. From analyzing the base, we figured out it's a lightweight, hydrating fluid. From finding the actives, we confirmed it's a potent brightening and antioxidant serum that also helps to soothe the skin. In just 2 simple steps, we've translated that scary, intimidating list into a clear, simple product profile. That is the power of this method.
And the best part is, you can apply this exact same logic to any product sitting on your shelf right now. Let's just boil it down into a simple, repeatable tool that you can take with you anywhere.
Here is step 1. Analyze the base. Just look at those first 5 to 7 ingredients. Are they emollients, humectants, thickeners? This tells you all about the texture. Step 2. Find the actives. Scan the entire list for those star players that match what you want for your skin. And finally, step 3. Form a conclusion. Put your 2 findings together to build a complete picture of what that product is all about.
And that's really it. You don't need to outsource your brain to a simplistic app that gives you a thumbs up or thumbs down. You just need a system. This method empowers you to be your own expert, to look right past the marketing hype, and make choices that are actually right for your skin. So I'll leave you with this question. Go grab your favorite serum or moisturizer or whatever you love and flip it over. Apply the framework. Look at the base, find the actives, and form your own conclusion. What story is that product really telling you? I think you might be surprised by what you find.